We're going deep down the rabbit hole with this one, guys. So if you're ready, take your red pill and let's dive into the origins of Easter, because it's not what you guys think. And by the end of this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain on everything you've believed to be true about Easter and its celebration of the Christian resurrection. Just a quick disclaimer before we dive into today's video. The reason this is important to understand is because the string pullers of today's society do follow this pagan religion, and it's a secret mystery religion. So this is why I'm talking about it, because in order to understand what is to come, you must understand how the string pullers think. So this is obviously going to be a video that dives deeper behind the meanings of a lot of different things and traditions that we celebrate in today's society and exposes the truth behind them, the true meanings behind them, so that we are prepared for the future of what these string pullers have planned for us. With no further ado, let's dive into the origins of Easter. In the early church, many professing Christians observed a festival called Pasch to commemorate the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. This festival was based on the Jewish Passover. However, during the 4th century, Rome took measures to get the Christian and pagan festivals amalgamated. This amalgamation led to the incorporation of Babylonian rites into what was a supposedly Christian festival, which is now known in English as Easter. In this video, we will discuss the pagan origins of Easter and how it became associated with Christianity. First, we will talk about the pagan origins of Easter. The English word Easter comes from the Anglo-Saxon word eostre, which was the name of the Anglo-Saxon goddess of spring. However, eostre was in turn derived from one of the ancient titles of the Babylonian queen of heaven. In ancient Assyria, this was Ishtar, and in other parts of the ancient world, it was Astarte. These names are derived from the Chaldee for, quote, the woman that made the encompassing wall, end quote. The Babylonians regarded eggs as sacred symbols, just as eggs are associated with Easter today. The eating of hot cross buns on Good Friday is also of pagan origin. It is derived from the cakes offered to the Queen of Heaven. The original Hebrew word translated cakes actually signifies cakes with marks on them. Now that you understand the pagan origins of Easter, we'll talk about how the pagans amalgamated their pagan mystery religion into Christian festivals and Christian holidays we see today, specifically Easter. During the 4th century, Rome took measures to get Christian and pagan festivals amalgamated. This amalgamation was completed in 519 AD when it was decreed by the Bishop of Rome that the 40-day fast known as Lent was to be kept before Easter. However, no such period of fasting is to be found in the Jewish Passover. The 40-day fast was an essential part of the Babylonian spring festivals. Somewhat later in the spring, pagans celebrated a festival dedicated to the Queen of Heaven, the deified Semiramis, Queen of Babylon. The dates of this festival varied between different nations. However, during the course of the 4th century, Rome took measures to get the Christian and pagan festivals amalgamated to conciliate the pagans to nominal Christianity. This was facilitated by a complicated adjustment of the calendar, the incorporation of Babylonian rites into what was supposedly a Christian festival now known in English as Easter. Just as eggs are associated with Easter today, so were eggs regarded as sacred symbols in Babylon, Egypt, and many other parts of the world. This mystery religion believes that the mystic egg of the Babylonians was a wondrous-sized egg that fell from heaven into the river Euphrates. After this giant egg supposedly fell into the Euphrates River, the fishes rolled it to the bank, where the doves, having settled upon it and hatched it, out came Venus, who afterward was called the Syrian goddess. Hence, the egg became one of the symbols of Astarte, or Easter. Accordingly, in Cyprus, one of the chosen seats of the worship of Venus, or Astarte, the egg of wondrous size was represented on a grand scale. The eating of hot cross buns on Good Friday is also of pagan origin. It is derived from cakes offered to the Queen of Heaven. The original Hebrew word translated cakes actually signifies cakes with marks on them. These cakes with marks on them, oftentimes crosses, is a sign of the false Messiah Tammuz. Tammuz, much like Jesus Christ of the Bible, symbolizes death and resurrection. Next, we're going to talk about the rituals of Easter fire. The worship of fire is an essential part of the Easter rituals. On Good Friday, a blazing cross of fire was suspended above the tomb of St. Peter's in the Vatican. The worship of fire does not end on Good Friday. For the following day, Holy Saturday, is that in which the new fire of Easter is lit and blessed. The Church of Rome celebrates the risen Christ, and I put that in quotes, on Saturday rather than on Sunday. On Maundy Thursday, the quote-unquote host, supposedly the body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus Christ, but in the mystery religion is actually Tammuz, is placed in a sepulchre or altar of repose. Thus, the Romish Christ is apparently buried on Thursday and rises on Saturday. The god of Rome, though taking the name of Jesus Christ, is in fact Saturn, the hidden god of the mysteries, whose original Chaldee name, Satur, also translates into the English number 666. Easter, as we know it today, has pagan origins. The English word Easter comes from the Anglo-Saxon goddess of spring, which was in turn derived from one of the ancient titles of the Babylonian Queen of Heaven. During the 4th century, Rome took measures to get the Christian and pagan festivals amalgamated. The worship of fire is an essential part of the Easter rituals, which is derived from the Babylonish worship of fire. The Romish Christ is apparently buried on Thursday and rises on Saturday, which is the day of Saturn. Therefore, it is safe to say that Easter has been heavily influenced by pagan traditions, and most people will never know this, never see this, and continue to celebrate Easter as a Christian holiday, when the Bible's never talked about having any holidays nor keeping any holidays. It's very interesting once your eyes have been opened to seeing this deception. It's important to understand these pagan festivals and holidays are still around today in the form of astrotheology. It's the mystery religion of the New Age. It's called a mystery religion for a reason. It's hidden in plain sight. It's all around us, and we celebrate it as Christian holidays, when in fact, it has pagan root, meaning, and origin. And you must understand that these people that celebrate this mystery religion hate Christians because they believe Christianity is a perversion of their religion. Therefore, we, as Christians, are the enemy of these pagans. And I share this with you guys because you must understand that the string pullers in today's society all follow these practices, and this mystery ancient Babylonian religion is still around to this day at the highest levels. These people are lunatics, and this is why I'm making this video, to expose the truth behind the mystery religion they've been hiding under our noses for this long. If you want to support content like this, be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new and you like content like this where we expose the matrix for what it is, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed rest of your day. Stay safe.